Hello, you wonderful people. So yesterday was the season 2 finale of The Magicians. I mean, granted, you'll be seeing this next week, but nevertheless. Which, if you have not seen the season 2 finale, if you have not seen season 2 of The Magicians at all, but especially if you haven't seen the finale, do not watch this video. Go watch, what you haven't seen already now, because obviously it's like a very fantastic show, and I really love this season. But obviously I'm going to be kind of getting into spoiler territory, especially stuff that concerns the finale. So if you haven't seen it, do not watch this video. Now obviously, like, I record those podcasts I do like pretty soon after watching something, so I don't 100% give myself enough time to really think about certain things. So this video is me talking about something I thought about like later that night. Basically, as we've seen with the season finale, that basically all magic is kind of been turned off, obviously. And the fact of the matter is, we see this little incident at the end of the episode which shows Julia using her magic. Like, not a lot, but a little bit, able to summon up magic, which is like no one else is able to. And it didn't, like, I was like, oh, Julia must be special or something, and that's as far as I took it in a podcast. But then I thought about it even further later that night. Wait a minute, that means Julia isn't 100% human. Because Friar Joseph said it himself, that things that draw upon the wellspring to use magic no longer have magic, himself included. As a Niffin, he drew his power from the wellspring as well. But he's saying other things like dragons and vampires, a lot of those creatures are unaffected by it. And so it's like, wait a minute, so that means Julia might not be human, because the fact is that she could even use a little bit of magic. I didn't even think about it. I'm sure there's lots of people who immediately went there, but it took me a while to get to that conclusion. I'm like, that's so amazing. Because the fact of the matter is, we really don't know that much about Julia at all. Like, last season, we met her sister in one episode, and like in that same episode, you heard talks about her family, which is like, it seems like her family life isn't all that great, especially when it comes to her mom. But even then, it's like we don't know what, like, the whole situation with her mom. Like, maybe her mom is something else, maybe even her sister, or maybe it's like, maybe it's the fact is that we might end up finding out in the future that Julia is actually adopted. I mean, because the fact of the matter is, as we know, like, just because you look human doesn't 100% mean that you aren't something else. You take the Florians, for example. They're not like, well, they're Florians, and then like there's Earthlings, but obviously she's not just some normal Earthling. I mean, you take John, for example. John was a demigod, so yet he had 100% of a human appearance. I'm sure that the whole human half of him is what made that possible. But that's what I'm thinking, like, at the very least, Julia might not be 100% whatever it is that she is. Maybe she's only half, or maybe the fact of the matter is, it's not that she's necessarily a, like, creature like a dragon or whatever, but maybe in actuality what she is something from another world. I mean, there's like a lot of worlds we still haven't dived into in the Magician's universe. So I mean, obviously it's just like a little spark, but I think it's because obviously she doesn't know what she is, and so she hasn't really tapped, like, I mean, because it's already shown that she has a very good talent for being a magician, but maybe it's not necessarily a magician's powers that she's tapping into. Maybe she's tapping into whatever she is. But the fact is, because she doesn't really know what she is, she can't really access the power. It's the same thing like with John. John had subconsciously been using his powers all throughout his life without knowing he was a demigod. So maybe it's the same thing for Julia. She's thinking she's just a regular magician, when in actuality she's something else entirely. So to me, it just, I cannot believe I didn't think about that immediately, because they went out of their way to point out the fact is that, oh, certain things still are, certain magical things have not been affected by magic being shut off. I'm very curious to find out whether I'm right about that. Like I said, like, it's a simple thought to have. Like, I'm surprised I didn't think of it sooner. Like I said, I'm sure plenty of other people did, but I just thought that was fascinating. So like, let me know in the comments down below, do you agree? Do you, like, what are your thoughts? Like, I mean, especially if you've read the books. I mean, well, no, especially if you've read the books, do not say anything, because that probably spoils things. But nevertheless, like, do you agree? Do you not agree? Like, let me know your thoughts about what I'm saying in this video. But really, that's all I want to talk about in this video. Till the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.